Rugby League 3 is the next game in the Rugby League series from New Zealand developer Sidhe and is a Wii exclusive.
Now, Hex, it's no secret that I'm not really a sports kind of guy, but I have liked rugby games in the past, so I'm at least prepared to give Rugby League 3 a try.
Oh, that's how it's going to be, is it?
Yes, now the first thing you'll have to tackle is the controls. You have three options: the Wiimote and the Nunchuck, or the GameCube. And if you don't have a GameCube controller, just don't get this game. It's that simple.
Yeah, I agree. The game really rewards you for well-timed passing and you just don't get that accuracy with the Wii Remote.
Once you've plugged in your GameCube controller, it's off to the options screen where you can choose from over 80 teams, including the NRL teams, internationals, and State of Origin. The teams were locked off halfway through last year, but you can edit the options to bring them up to date.
Yeah, and you can mess with virtually all the rules. You can turn off knock-ons, forward passes, offsides, for example. You can even go back in time to before 1967 and have unlimited tackles.
Been a terrific build-up to this clash. Let's get it started.
You kick off the game by kicking off, and there's a lot of controls. So originally, Hex, I put the difficulty on reserve just to get a bit of a run and pass game happening.
Or able to take that catch.
And you know what, Hex? I enjoyed myself. Once I got past that compulsion to just try and score off every single play, I even managed to develop a kicking game.
There's angle on this kick.
Yeah, I had it on season difficulty, and here you really need to have a good grasp of the intricacies of the game. Using the D-pad, you can change your strategy on the fly.
Henderson.
If you're attacking, you can set up for things such as bombs, field goal attempts, and bring the fullback up to the line.
That's the third.
If you're defending, you can set up to receive a kick, try to charge one down, and of course everyone's favourite, the blitz.
Everything plays as it should. If you force a pass, you'll probably knock on. If you work down the left and switch play to the right, you'll probably find a gap. And the AI is workmanlike, so it'll give you a convincing game of footy.
Oh, he's cleared through the defence. Shut. They are on the ball.
Commentary is by professional commentator Andrew Voss, and I find I just tuned him out most of the time, but then when I turned it off, I actually started to miss him a little bit.
Here's Smith. Smith explodes through the tackle.
One really cool thing is that the game has over 2,000 surnames, so if you have a really common surname, you can create a player using it, and that'll be in the commentary.
O'Donnell. Passing to O'Donnell. Upended by Vanderveer. Smith gets through the front line. O'Donnell. Oh, he's not held. O'Donnell looks at the defence and puts on a sprint. No one lays a hand on him. No one was capable. What a try.
I triumph on the virtual field, but the graphics gave me nightmares, Hex. In-game, they're not too bad and they don't glitch out much, but the close-ups, Hex, the close-ups, it's like some sort of Doctor Who humanoid villain.
Yeah, they had really smooth skin, but I mean, if you squint, it kind of makes for a passable likeness.
Another thing that annoyed me was the lack of pomp and circumstance. You work your way through a whole NRL season, get to the grand final, and what do you get? A blimp-eye view of the stadium and some weak hyperbole from Mr. Voss.
Welcome to the grand final. This is the big one.
Or let's say you make it to the 2013 World Cup final. What do you get? Some fireworks? Maybe some doves being released? No, not even a single balloon. You just get, you guessed it, another aerial shot of the stadium.
The world champions will be decided tonight. Welcome to the final of the Rugby League World Cup.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't have the production values of an EA title, but it was probably produced for a fraction of the cost of something like Madden or FIFA.
You can have up to 8 players at once, 4 using the Wiimote and 4 using the GameCube controllers, and you'll have to draw straws about who gets the GameCube ones.
Yeah, I did find this game was the most fun as a solo experience though. You know, spending all your ruck, setting up for the big play, getting a last-minute try. It just felt better knowing you were doing it all yourself.
That's the fat lady doing her stuff. It's all over here.
For those who want to be Russell Crowe, you can manage your own selected team for 12 years. You're responsible for training, player contracts, and general team management.
You can play this mode and not set foot on the field, just managing your team and letting the Wii play out the games. Be warned though, if your team struggles, you can be fired. Well, we're almost at full time. Final thoughts, Barjo?
One thing that did bug me is the kickoff animation. You can't skip it, and because there's plenty of tries scored, you'll just see it all the time.
Teams waiting now for time on.
And no online. What's all that about? Having said that, though, I did have some fun here. It's one of those one more go kind of games, but not being a League fan, I couldn't quite get into all the options, and I did eventually get bored, so I'm giving it a converted 6 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Yeah, I had a few niggles too, like in defence. During the ruck, you can only select the markers of the fullback, which means furious button stabbing after the play to switch to the closest defender, and the conversions are basically just a reflex test. Why couldn't I have used the classic controller? I mean, it couldn't have been worse than the nunchuck. Still, this gameplay is great for the most part, and if you're a League fan, then it's everything you could hope for. I'm giving it a penalty try, 8 out of 10 rubber chickens.